Good morning and welcome to day 2 of the reading rush. It's morning, I didn't do any makeup, but I have my coffee and I have my lock every door, and we are gonna start out today with the reading rush challenge for day 2, which is 2 truths and a big little lie. So I'm going to show you 3 books and you tell me in the comments below which one you think I have not read. So I'm gonna say I've read all 3. 2 of them I have read, 1 of them I haven't, and I went way back and I picked classics. So before we do that, let me tell you that I am on page 248 of Lock Every Door. It is so good. I'm not going to tell you anymore because I don't want to do anything spoilery, but I'm happy I got it. I'm happy I'm reading it. I stayed up too late last night. I actually passed out asleep in bed at, it must have been like 10, and Jay came in maybe an hour later and woke me up. But once he woke me up, to get into bed, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna read some more. So I woke up and I read for like another half hour. 2 Truths and a Lie, Classics Edition, because I talk a lot about what I'm gonna read or what I have read in my reading updates here on the channel. So I did not want to pick something that I've recently said I'm gonna read. So the truth is, I don't own most of the books I've read because I use the library. So the books that I have are mostly books I've read, except for a shelf of books that I've told you I'm going to read. I've mentioned already that I haven't read them. So I tried to pick books that I know I've definitely talked about these as my favorites. So you tell me, which book haven't I read? Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. This is an old school high school version, I think. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Jane Austen's Emma. I don't love this edition. This is like a Barnes & Noble. I need to get a better one. Or do I? Jane Austen's Emma. And Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Now, oh my gosh, this was only $2 in the US when this was sold. Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights, Jane Austen's Emma, Charles Dickens's Great Expectations. Which have I not read? 2 of these are my all-time favorite books. They're in the top 20. Even that's hard to say. And 1 of them I haven't read. So you tell me in the comments which one you think it is. Tomorrow morning in the vlog, well, it'll be morning my time, but I post it in the afternoon, I will tell you which is the true answer if I remember. Hopefully I remember. So I'm going to get back to reading. Oh, I got a package. I got a package from Amazon. It's book mail. It's 2 books. What are they? I should make you comment right now and tell me what you think these 2 books are. You have a good chance of guessing. You have a very good chance of guessing. Okay, you ready? Louise Penny's A Rule Against Murder. This is the next book in the series I need to read. They do not have it at my used bookstore. They do not have it at my library. Somebody took it from my library and didn't return it, so I bought it. It's just 13 bucks too. So I'm pretty sure this is the 4th book in the series. I read 1 through 3 the past 2 months. Actually, I read them, June and July. So this will also serve for sitting my newts for a book with a green cover. That's why I went ahead and bought it instead of just waiting. Because I was like, oh, it's got a green cover. I'm so excited to read the next one. And this, Agatha Christie's The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Jolie, this is for you. 1 of the newts, which I'll talk about next Monday. I'll tell you my reading list for sitting the newts as a Hufflepuff. 1 of them is to read your friend's favorite book, and Jolie said this is one of her top favorite books, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. So again, it was hard to find, but I got it for like $4 on Amazon. So I'm super excited about it. So that's my book mail. And you guys comment below with your 3 little lies, and I'm gonna read a little bit. I gotta work a little bit, and then I'm gonna go get the girls this afternoon. I'm really blessed. Today is not a day with a lot of appointments, so I should have a good amount of time to read, both during lunch. I try to actually work on my work days, but I can read a little during lunch and after the girls go to bed, and maybe a little bit when they're playing when they get home. We'll see. Hey, so it's about 2:30, so I'm sitting down to read again after getting some work done. And I wanted, first of all, you have to see my view of the two dogs are hilarious. Bo is on the couch right there, and Raylan is across the way on the other chair. To show you what I'm diffusing. I have the frankincense out because I woke up with a migraine, and the best thing for a migraine is to do a drop of frankincense on the roof of your mouth like every 5 minutes until it goes away. So I had the frankincense out, so I put 2 drops of this in the diffuser because it's calming, grounding. Diffusing it helps with my headaches too. And then 2 to 3 drops of citrus bloom. Even though this is an exclusive Mother's Day blend that you can't buy in the shop anymore, you can blend this at home with a drop or 2 of wild orange and grapefruit, and then I would do just 1 drop of lavender and chamomile. You're basically going to get the same thing, maybe a half drop of chamomile. And if you didn't have chamomile, you just do lavender, wild orange, and grapefruit. Smells amazing. So I've got this with the frankincense. My house is smelling amazing and citrusy and bright and keeping me awake and unheadached so I can continue to read Lock Every Door. Oh my gosh, I just finished Riley Sager's Lock Every Door, and it was so good. In it, you're not expecting the end. I could not. There was a part around page 200 where I guessed at something that ended up being true. Maybe around page 100 I guessed at something, and then 200 I guessed at something else that ended up being true, but I did not guess the end at all, or like the final reveal at all. It was so good. So it's great because the thing I mentioned at the very beginning, which is that I liked how this book talked about poverty, that plays a important role. That's not spoilery. Like, you're not gonna know how, but the idea is a huge kind of theme through this book. So I love that it was well written enough that I noticed it, but I didn't think that it was going to have a role to play in the final thriller, the final end. Like, it didn't give anything away. It just made the reading experience like that much more cohesive and good. So that was very important. And that actually has to do with another book that I might read this week. Lock Every Door, so good. I'm definitely going to read their previous novels, which is Final Girls and The Last Lie I Told, I think. So I gotta shout out Lala of Lala and Books for doing a reading vlog where she talked about how much she loved this book, because otherwise I might not have picked it up, and I'm happy I did. It's great thriller. Looking forward to reading the others. So now I have to decide what to read next. So I did a TBR list for this at the beginning of the month, but it's changed slightly since then. Like, Lock Every Door was not even on the list because I didn't know it was going to be the book of the month book that I got. So that I've already completed one challenge for the Reading Rush, which is a book with purple cover. And then next up, which actually also has a purple cover, I'm still going to read Sense and Sensibility. It's the author's first book, so it's that challenge, and I'm going to watch the movie, so it's that challenge. I'm still on the list, kind of, is This Will Only Hurt a Little, because it's a book I meant to read last year. I got it in October, and I meant to read it, by Busy Phillips. It's like a memoir. Also added to the list is Every Heart a Doorway, which I do believe I talked about in my TBR, for the 5-word title. That's just 4 words. Every heart a doorway. Why did I think that was 5 words? Oh, This Will Only Hurt a Little is more than 5 words for that challenge. So this fits 2 challenges. Jane Austen fits 2 challenges. This is a smaller book I've been meaning to read forever. That's why it's in this TBR for the Reading Rush. But The Farm, it doesn't meet any of the challenges, but I did just get it at the library after waiting forever, so I'm pretty sure it has a weight on it. I'm only going to be able to keep it 2 weeks. So my question is, do I read it this week, or do I wait and read all the books on my Reading Rush TBR or not? The thing is this plays into the theme of poverty causing people to do desperate things and then discovering like nefarious plots. So that is both what Lock Every Door was about, and then The Farm is about a woman who recently moved from the Philippines to America, deciding to make a better life for her family by becoming a surrogate for a rich family. That's kind of the synopsis. But she lives at this beautiful spa that everything is paid for, and then creepiness ensues. So I'm kind of wondering, do I read this back to back with Lock Every Door, or do I take a break and read something totally different, like a memoir or Every Heart a Doorway? What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. I know I've asked you lots of questions in the comments, but you're supposed to ask, tell me which book you think I haven't read, and then tell me what I should read next. I think I'm going to go do a poll on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you're missing a chance to vote on what I read over there. So I'm Tara Swigger. Go vote on what I should read there, or leave a comment below. I'll look at both. Hey there, it is around 9 o'clock and I am sitting in the horrible glow of my outside porch lamp. You might be able to hear my neighbor's air conditioning unit running. I have not started another book yet. I asked Instagram to weigh in and they haven't decided, so you help me. I am instead editing this vlog, and I was about to upload it, but I realized I didn't do a little wrap up there. So I read Lock Every Door. I have more time to read tonight, so comment below and tell me, should I read The Farm, should I read Busy Phillips' memoir, or Every Heart a Doorway? I will check it sometime. Don't forget to guess my three lies, 2 truths and a lie. Have a good night, and I will be reading back with you tomorrow.